Hello, everyone. My name is Danielle Tepe, and my project of choice was creating an instructional video on the database Gale in Context Biography. The Gale in Context Biographies database is available through the King Library. This database features prominent figures throughout history from different areas of interest, disciplines, and backgrounds. Along with reference resources, you will find audio, videos, images, and articles from newspapers, magazines, and journals. So after starting the MLIS program and getting to really look at all of the resources that are available in terms of databases, I was struck by how many there were and all of the topics that were covered. So through this class being offered an opportunity to create an instructional video, I knew that I wanted to find one of the databases to really get a chance to explore it and see how it worked. I did browse around a bit before deciding on Gale in Context Biography and ultimately decided that this was the one that I wanted to work on. So first of all, I thought this was a really great concept, having one place to find information on just about anyone. It seemed like a beneficial resource, especially as a college student. The versatility of the database creates a learning experience that's kind of like a trail. You can start with an author, for instance, and it leads to mentions of their work, then mentions of inspiration to that work and influences, and you can just keep going and digging, and there's just so much to fall into. The benefits from this database and its resources are universal. There's so much to choose from when using the database, and the notable figures are from all around the world, from different areas of interest throughout history. So there's literally something for everyone. And honestly, this database was really just fun to dig around in. Learning is interesting and entertaining, and this database in particular was all of those things. And I'm sure others who get the chance to use it will feel the same. The topics that I chose to cover for my presentation were topics that I believe are incredibly helpful and a good place to start. First, I wanted to highlight the help section and really encourage those watching to use this resource before even beginning to search. The information in this section is completely necessary, and the way the help section guides you to create a search that retrieves the information in the most efficient way cannot be understated. I was so glad to learn about the help section tool myself, and I just think it's a great first step. The next topic I chose was Boolean operators. And again, this is a very important tool. Knowing how to create a search using these is really going to benefit a student when conducting research. Truncation was another strategy that I learned, and I felt so strongly that this was a great tool to get results, and I felt it needed to be included and stressed and also explained, because it can seem a little confusing if you're just reading the instructions on how to do it, but having a visual representation and an example to look at, I think, is extremely helpful. In creating the presentation, I used several different tools. Some I was completely unfamiliar with. Putting the video together was a difficult process. I initially used Canva, and I had so many issues with that, and it just wasn't doing what I needed. In spite of all the ways I tried to fix it, it would not work. So I had to find another way to screencast, and I came across ScreenPal, which was surprisingly very simple, super easy. It worked perfectly, and then I added it to my Canva presentation, and it just all came together really well. I decided I wanted to include captions, and I tried a few different ways of doing that and ended up needing subscriptions, and I didn't want to do that. So I ended up using YouTube to create them. And this was also very easy to do. I just had to experiment around a bit, but once I got the hang of it, it was really useful. And I think I will definitely be using all of these tools moving forward in other projects that I may have. Reflecting on the process of this project, I'm able to really see where I struggled, where I succeeded, and all the gains that I've made. In exploring the database, I had to really do a lot of experimenting with the operators to figure out how to create a good example. And it was actually a little more difficult than I expected. It was not a bad experience, just that I really had to mess around with it. I was getting results that were not what I anticipated, but that they were just part of the database, part of how it's put together, and you just have to kind of find ways around certain issues. But it was really fun to work with and trying to come up with the solutions. This project was a lot more fun, and it really helped me gain my confidence, not only in navigating the database, but also putting everything together. I was very nervous to have to find a way to bring all the parts of the instruction together, but after actually doing it, I was able to see that it did require a bit of work, but I was completely prepared and capable, and I know it will really help me in preparing future presentations. Working on this project allowed me to use all of the new skills, and I was able to see how much I've learned from this course and how invaluable all of this information is. I'm so glad I had the opportunity to take the class and really understand how to search for more information in so many different ways. And this concludes the summary of my presentation on how to navigate the Galen Context Biography Database. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this with you.